10 lightning talks, 2 posters, and 1 vendor booth. People are still registering, which is wonderful. As of yesterday, we had 1,372 attendees. Folks made 797 schedules. In the Slack channel, we have 344 participants, and on average, we saw between 100 and 300 people per Zoom session, which is incredible considering the live virtual nature of things. But we were so pleased with the turnout, and thank you all for participating.
So next, we've got a conference survey to help us improve future conferences. I'm going to drop the chat or the link into the Zoom chat and also into Slack right now. So the conference survey is, all optional questions. You can fill out just the parts that you're interested in, but please fill out as much of it as you can. It covers the conference structure and content, networking opportunities, accessibility, and future opportunities to participate. So this is a great way to let us know if you'd like to volunteer for a future committee or do Zoom hosting in the future. But even if you don't want to, this is a great way to let us know, like, how's the content of this conference, or, where would you have liked to have, different platforms or a different structure or different timing. So we're really looking forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much to everybody who fills this out.
Okay, so I believe this is where I want to thank Stephen Folsom. I don't know if he's watching, although I suppose I could tell from the participant list. But as a joke, he mentioned this idea. And of course, since I have no healthy boundaries, I decided to take it all the way. So I ran this by the co-chairs, and we've come up with this fun activity, we hope. And so what we're going to do is we're going to show you what we mean by this moniker. Sorry, went too far. So here we are. Oops, try to ignore the pictures you're seeing. Okay, so this is the idea of this game. We assign a linked data topic, which is going to be assigned by asking people to vote for a number between 1 and 5, inclusive. And then we show you 2 slides. We'll have one up for about a minute, and we'll have the other one about a minute. And it is your job as the participants to figure out how to talk about that slide in relation to the topic. And there are no wrong answers, and we encourage everyone to remember their code of conduct. That's very important. So what I'll do first is try to demonstrate this so that you can kind of see what it's like. And we're going to start out on Slack, having people just write in as if they were coming up with ideas for the slides. And then we'll ask after that if anyone is brave enough or wants to do this live with us. They can just tell us in Slack, and we can unmute them and they can try it. And if not, we'll just continue the rounds on Slack instead, if that's just easier and more comfortable for everyone. So I asked my co-chairs to come up with a random picture. And I think I will pick, just for demonstration purposes, let's say that I picked a number. I'm going to pick a topic that's not on the list, so it's fair. I've picked, let's see, sustainable infrastructure. And Callie is now going to drop us a picture in the conf channel. So I have a minute to come up with. Oh, this is harder than it looks. Okay, so sustainable infrastructure is very much like when you have your peanut strip and our main character wants to be able to get up in the morning, every morning, and see something amazing out the window. And that's precisely how we want to build our infrastructure out, because do we want to see the same boring sun every day? No, we would much rather see a baseball. So that's how that would work.
Well done. Well done.
So, and yes, it's, so that's what we're going to try. So I am now in the last minute of this, or maybe we just, let's just do it on Slack, and I will figure out what number seems to be the highest. So actually, let me do this. I'm going to put in numbers and then people just will vote on it in Slack. You just give it a thumbs up. So I can assess how many.
You're not going to use the voting system there in the Slack. There is one also.
Oh,
You don't know how to use it.
no, I know how to use it. I'm just not thinking straight right now. So I'm just going for the most straightforward approach I can.
Okay.
in this minute. So yeah, go ahead and just put in numbers 1 through 5. Just put a +1 next to whatever number you like. We'll give everybody about a minute to put their numbers next to them. Just use the plus sign, please, so that it's easier to count.
Did
Yeah.
you say what was the scale? So
What-
what was number 1 and what was number 5?
Numbers 1 through 5, they're in the Slack already. Just pick a number from 1 through 5 and put and add a plus sign to it if it doesn't have one, the emoji, and if it does, just
I
add
didn't
it.
understand the meaning for number 5 or number 1. So I like it or I don't like it, or what was the scale?
Oh, there's no scale. You're just
Oh.
picking a random number between 1 and 5.
Oh.
We're not asking you to
Oh.
rate anything.
All right.
Okay, a few of you have voted, and it seems like we can probably stop voting in a second, but it does seem like number 3 is winning. So if anyone has an other favorite number they want to be represented, I'll give everyone 10 more seconds. Okay, number 3 it is. All right. So with 7 votes, we've got number 3. So let's go to our slide. Number 3 is hilariously blank nodes. So our topic is blank nodes. And so this is how we're going to do it. For 1 minute, I'm going to put up one slide. Please put in your thoughts about what you would say about that topic if you were presenting using that slide. And then I'll put another slide on. So we get 2 slides per topic, a minute a slide. So I will time this the best I can by just looking at my phone. Okay, everyone, we're going to do blank nodes. Here's your first slide. So in Slack, please start writing down what you think about blank nodes if this was your slide presenting.
Hood, I can help with time. I just started a timer.
Awesome. So yeah, 1 minute a slide. So Callie, if you'll just let me know when a minute's up. We've already got some good ones.
There's a lot of people typing at once, so I have high hopes.
Okay, that's time.
Okay, thank you so much. If you're finishing up typing, that's great. We're going to move on to the next slide, but please go ahead. Here we are. This one you might know already. So starting that, I think the timer's already started, right? Yeah, good. So we're still talking about blank nodes, but now we're going to use this slide as our. These are great, by the way.
Okay, that's time.
Good. Okay. So oops. Sorry. All right, so we're gonna go back to these. It's not quite the same now. Well, I'm gonna ask this. does anyone want to do this live? And it's perfectly fine if not, because doing it in Slack is actually really funny too. So if anyone wants to volunteer themselves, I'm watching the Slack for the next 15 seconds. And then if not, we'll just keep doing it on Slack we'll do 2 more rounds, I think, or maybe, 2 more rounds, and that should be enough. Anyone willing? Okay. If you do want to do it, just yeah, that's a good idea, Joe. There, I will add the slides once we're done in the Slack, so everyone will have this. Okay, so just in the interest of time, let's go ahead and let's just pick real world objects. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second so I can move without showing all the pictures to everybody. And let's share my screen again. All right, so starting the timer now. And I think I said decentralization, right? I hope I did. Yes, so starting the timer now. Here's your slide for decentralization.
Wait, are we doing decentralization or real world objects?
Oh, what did I say? I said real world objects? Sorry, real world objects.
I'm going to restart the timer for fairness.
Yes, let's do that. Thanks for asking. Yes, I mean, I'm not surprised. I forgot what I said at this point. These are really good. These are great.
Everyone on the live stream is like currently like holding their breath and being like, what?
What's happening?
I mean, unless they're on the Slack, but
Yeah.
they're like, what?
I think with the participants' approval or acceptance, we can ask if we can share a few in our slides at the end so people have it for posterity. But we
Okay,
will
that's time for that image. Sorry to cut you off, Huda.
No problem. All right. So we're still on real world objects. And now we're on this slide. This is actually kind of scary. Yes, let's do that. Actually, can we read out comments at this one when we can do the one for before and this too? I think that'd be fun. And then we'll just finish with one last round. We're probably just going to read all the comments just because they're all hilarious.
We could read all we could just start from the beginning and read all the comments as though it were a presentation.
Yes, and I'll go backwards so people know which image. Very good, people. Excellent work.
And that's time.
Right. So I'm actually I have to step away for just a second, but if we can start over with the comments, if you can read them out, and then I'll be back in just a minute.
Okay, so let's see. I'm scrolling up. I'm just going to read a couple, unless Christine, you think I should read them all?
Read your favorites, because I feel like there's not time enough for all of them, and then maybe I'll do the next one.
Sounds great. So this is I'm not sure what movie this is from, but we all love.
It's any Liam Neeson film.
Yeah, Liam Neeson is amazing. I like Susan's blank nodes are ominous indeed. You never know where or when they will strike, and they will find you. Joe Sarah says, For many people, blank notes is an impossible thing to wrap their heads around. However, with a little hand holding and a whole lot of practice, you too can have a particular set of skills that only others with that skill really understand. I also like John Mark Bloom's, it may take a particular set of skills to understand blank notes and how they work. They're important in representing linked data as RDF, but they should be invisible from the user's perspective. And Stephen writes, some people think you can't find something if it doesn't exist, but I'll have you know that I can.
Yeah, I think people had a few for this too.
Yes. I'll go through some of these. Something can be true even if it goes unsaid. The white is actually where the most data is. Blank notes collect similar items together but do not label the group. And there's so many of these actually. This new tool I've developed allows you to find your blank notes. When done properly, blank notes are a beautiful bouquet.
I like Joe's. You have a problem with blank notes, just zoom out and no more blank notes.
I missed that one, sorry.
The one before, I think the yellow or prettiest, that was Laura. And then as you can see from the map, a few blank notes here and there can be a relief. Humpty Dumpty. These are all so good. It's hard to fake. I'm loving these. When real-world objects transformed into scrambled eggs, to see identifier change is a classic, I think. But we may not have time to read all of these. They're very good though. And with your permission, I think we will compile them. Christine and Carly, should we do one last round and then just share the slides out and people can continue commenting on them if they like? Or should we close? We're about.
I think Kelly has to host the next session, so I think it's a good time to wrap up. We can compile these and share them out as a slide deck.
Okay. Yes, I think maybe we should probably also wrap up. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you some of the other pictures that you could have used that we didn't get to. We had goats. They're nice. And if you want to fill in whatever this is, what the question mark should be, feel like Sesame Street, it's always a good thing. And why not? Why not Windows 95? And of course, a little baby Yoda and Elmo. So I will drop the link to the slides in the Slack. Thank you so much for participating. This was so much fun to see all of your ideas. You will wrap up just a couple minutes early, so give you a breather before you join our next session, which will be starting in about 3 minutes. Christine, did you have anything else? Oh, I forgot.
Just wanted a reminder to fill out the conference survey, and I'll throw them I threw them in the Slack again, but also in the Zoom chat. Thanks very much.
Very briefly, I forgot about the slide. I'm just going to say, those of you who are familiar with Saturday Night Live, they have a concept of a 5-timers club, which is people who have hosted the TV show for 5 times. They all get special jackets. The program committee and everybody in it gets a special metaphorical jacket. So we're all in it together now. I had to pick one person who I felt was probably the most non-problematic. Not saying any of others are problematic, but like Paul Rudd is like you can't lose. So thank you all. And I will stop the session now. See you in the next session.